Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
And I'm Andy Murray from WhatCulture.
And coming up today, AEW's Wednesday night meh.
WWE main roster stars shoot on controversial NXT match.
One of the biggest legends in wrestling wants to have one more match.
And a huge title fight has been confirmed for Nesquik's NXT.
This is the news.
Nesquik Squeak Badik Geek. Right, we're going to kick things off with a little news because it's a news show, and what the hell else would we do? We've got a story courtesy of WrestlingNews.co, not necessarily a source that pops up often, but when they do, they're usually kind of on the money. And they are reporting today that next week, SmackDown debut on Fox, Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens ladder match, Shane's career on the line. Shane McMahon is losing that match. He's going to be removed from TV. He's going to be banished per the stipulation. And I've got a little quote action here. It's because WWE want to move, well, on Fox at least, and Fox want them to move towards a more realistic style of presentation, and that means more conclusive finishes and less interference from non-wrestling characters. Now, this obviously seemed like the most realistic outcome for that match when it was put together. You wouldn't imagine that even a company of WWE's trollingness would have Shane win that thing. This always seemed like the likeliest outcome, but I can't see too many people being upset by this. Like, Shane's a good heel, he draws heat and stuff, but a lot of people hate him. He'll always be controversial purely because of his surname, and I think a lot of people will be glad to see him go.
Did Fox just babyface themselves?
I think they do. Yeah,
I obviously it makes the most sense. I've seen some people obviously speculating that Owens could lose because, of course, if he lost, he'd basically stay fired. And the speculation was, of course, then he'd be able to go to NXT and stuff. But it makes the most sense, and it would be a big crowd popper for their first TV show on Fox, as you said. I think it just makes everyone happy, really.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Get Shane off TV. Like, his heel turn has divided opinion, but it's got a reaction at least, but now it's time to sort of move on to something else, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's maybe jumped the shark a little bit. This storyline probably should have ended at SummerSlam, but hey, if Shane loses this match and it's a fun stunt show as he's capable of pulling off, no complaints.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe have him come out of Crown Jewel and just get battered by someone as well.
Get put in the dirt.
Yeah, I've got a question about that match to come, though, which is really good in the Twitter questions that we're going to get to. But for the second week in a row, I'm going to announce the Wednesday Night War is over. Not only did NXT smash AEW in the ratings last night, they haven't come out yet, but I don't know anyone who watched AEW last night.
0 viewers, I heard. So.
But also, AEW, after promising so much when it comes to their TV, especially over here in the UK, well, they had a crap with their trousers on last night, didn't they?
Yeah, this is a really, really bad PR evening for them on social media.
Michael Hampler has been bothering ITV for quite some time now, and they finally decided to respond, not to him, just to generally. They tweeted last night, announcement, ITV is to show brand new weekly wrestling show, AEW Dynamite, on free-to-air television from next month. It's going to be a 2-hour show on ITV on Sunday the 6th of October at 8:20 in the morning, followed by a 1-hour highlights programme on Monday nights. And the shows will run sequentially, leading up to pay-per-view events, including the 9th of October Full Gear. Now, of course, that caused a huge reaction because, we weren't going to be able to watch Dynamite live here in the UK on what is not Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Yeah.
The early hours of Thursday, let's just say. People were up in arms here after being promised that it was going to be airing live in the UK as well, on free-to-air TV.
Not good.
So Tony Khan immediately went and tweeted that AEW Dynamite episodes are going to stream live in the UK on Fight TV for a $4.99 a month subscription service or $2.99 for an episode. They say they can't broadcast live free-to-air in the UK due to different ad break schedules than the US. ITV and ITV4 will show free-to-air replays, making our show available to most fans. And Fight have since confirmed that this service will be called AEW+. But for all the buzz and excitement around it, and for all the fact that we've been accused of being biased towards AEW, we have to take the time to point out this is a bad move for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is a they had a really crap night. They had a terrible night. There's no way of dressing that up. After The insinuation being that this thing would air for free on ITV4 to potentially a really big audience because it's a channel with a lot of reach. We are now getting this. You're going to be paying $4.99 a month if you want to watch it live. It'll probably work out about £4 a month. I don't know what the exchange rate is like at the moment. The real issue, I think, here is definitely the way this came to life. Like, some ITV scheduler tweeted it like at 5 p.m. in the afternoon and then deleted it like a few hours later as if he wasn't supposed to do it. And then it just looks like everyone else is panicking and trying to catch up. It looks awful.
Yeah, really poorly organised. And, you know, I get it. The argument could probably be, well, to be fair, you know, if you've got like Sky or something, you are paying a subscription service to get WWE. But they never turned around and said, hey, it's going to be free for everyone.
Yeah, the thing about this is that a little context does need to be applied, and this is where people will start going, oh, you're biased. But I'm just going to point out some facts. If you think facts are biased, you'll understand the meaning of the word. In the United Kingdom, for certain channels, ITV being one of them, you are only allowed to show 12 minutes of advertisements, whatever, per hour. TNT, who are broadcasting Dynamite and producing it in the United States, want 16 minutes per hour. So that doesn't mesh up. WWE get away with it in the UK because their shows currently air on Sky Sports and will be airing on BT Sport thereafter. Those channels are not terrestrial and therefore they don't have to adhere to that 12-minute law. So there is an issue there. There is something genuine that prevents AEW from streaming live on ITV. However, that does not excuse the company blindly going, yeah, we'll put this thing on free TV without realizing this law beforehand. Make no mistake, this is a big cell phone. I mean, personally, I don't mind paying $4.99 a month for a quality product, if it is a quality product, but dumbasses.
Yeah, really bad. Anyone who praises them for this needs to have their head examined. Because whilst it is a solution, it's a solution to a problem of their own creation.
Yes, this is not a good look for a promotion just getting off the ground.
The Wednesday Night War is officially over.
It's dead. It's in the dirt. Let's speak a little bit about one of the other shows, well, the other show in the Wednesday Night War. Let's talk about last night's NXT. Big match. Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, action movie stuff. Big guys doing mad flips. This match had all kinds of stunts that men of their size should not pull off. We saw flip dives to the outside. Dijakovic hit a beautiful moonsault. Biggest spot of all, a second rope Canadian destroyer that got a 2 count. Now, matches like this are tailor-made to annoy the Jim Cornettes of the world. And you expect reactions like that from Jim and stuff, and it's fine, it's just what it is. What you don't expect is WWE main roster wrestlers to tweet criticizing the match. It's just a bit weird. Usually people rally behind their colleagues and so forth. But here's Buddy Murphy saying, during the match, he tweeted this, since when is a flipping pile driver used like a hip toss with a facepalm? And Scott Dawson tweeted a bit later on saying, wrestling has officially passed me by. Now, Scott Dawson's, you can probably say that's part of his character because the Revival are these throwback guys and they like Southern Tag Team Wrestling with Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard and all these guys. They love that stuff. That's part of their characters. Buddy Murphy, that's a bit weird, mate. I mean, it was only a few weeks ago on SmackDown that this guy did a V-trigger, a Kamigoye, and a Brainbuster in a row and got a 2 count. He does stuff like that all the time. So he's just been a bit dumb. But this is interesting that WWE wrestlers who are employed by the same company as Lee and Dijakovic would tweet so critically about a match.
My only presumption from this is the fact that they're pissed off less at the fact that of all the flippy dippy doodahs from the big lads, which I've just loved, by the way, and more the fact that they've clearly gone, right, this is our second show on TV, the last time we aren't going to be going head to head to AEW. Let's get a bit of attention, let's do some mad bollocks. And, not saying that the Revival want to do stuff like this, but they can see that these guys have been given sort of free rein to go out and really express themselves, whereas they presumably are just really frustrated with their position, which makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, like as a response to like their own frustrations, yeah, cool. Like if they're concerned that they are not being allowed to express themselves to the same level, absolutely, go for it. But this whole thing sparked like a mass debate about psychology online and in-match psychology, and Modern debates like that are often so tedious because a lot of people don't understand what psychology is. They think that a chin lock or a rest hold, that's what psychology is to them. No, it's not. It's whatever makes sense within the context of the match, within the context of the story they're telling in the ring. The story that Lee and Dijakovic should tell in the ring, and they've been doing this for years, extends back to the Indies.
They called back on it in the commentary, didn't they?
Yeah.
Long history between the two of them.
They do it all the time, but the story they're trying to tell is that they are a couple of super athletic, crazy behemoths who drop increasingly big bombs on each other with the goal of finding that one bomb big enough to put them down. So yeah, a second rope Canadian destroyer makes sense in the world and is therefore, makes all the sense in the world and is therefore good psychology. Just learn wrestling.
What he said, basically.
That was a shoot.
I loved it, and I really enjoyed NXT, which we're going to get into again in just a second, but before that, Stone Cold is going to have one more match. I was going to sort of tease all this, but I'll just get the headline straight out there. He commented recently on Wrestling Once More on his Steve Austin show, saying that he's always being asked about it, of course. People obviously speculate that it's never going to happen. He said that while it's a tough thing to think about on a physical level, he would most definitely be able to do it, and that his body, quote, could make it to that match without being injured. Now, he did acknowledge his past injuries, surgeries, and all the risks that goes with it, but he said he is in a good place and his nerves are feeling a lot better than they used to. I assume that's nerves, physically, not like, oh, a bit nervous. He said, in theory, he implied, he didn't say these words exactly, but he implied he could have one more match. Crown Jewel is less than 5 weeks away.
Yeah, that Saudi Arabian payday will erase any and all physical ailments, won't it?
I mean, this might babyface Crown Jewel in my eyes. If I get to see Stone Cold Steve Austin one more time.
I don't want it. I
know it
know
was a beautiful send-off for him.
It was a nice send-off. The thing about these things is you have to acknowledge that, yes, it's nice for the Saudi Arabian fans to see these people that wrestle that they'd never be able to see in the past, and all that stuff is fine and well. And I would not blame Steve Austin for going, oh my God, I can earn how much money from this? And just kind of doing it and whatever else. But man, it's not going to be the same. It's 20 odd years, almost 20 years since his last match. He's going to be a frail shell of his former self. Ultimately, he can do what the hell he wants because he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. It's sad, man. The Shawn Michaels match was sad, and I don't want Steve Austin to do it as well.
One more match! One more match! I'm really intrigued to see what people think about this. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below about this because, yeah, I'm obviously putting it on a little bit, and there's a bit of me that's like, oh, leave the memories alone. Please don't make me watch him wrestle anymore. I've not got it. But at the same time, you hear the word Stone Cold Steve Austin one more match, and it happens. What about the Attitude Era?
I tell you what, this comment section is going to be really interesting because not only have we talked about AEW bias, we've talked about Saudi Arabia, soy cucks. So this should be a fun one. Anyway, we are going to wrap things up with a brief mention of the NXT Championship match that was confirmed for next week's show. We're getting Matt Riddle versus Adam Cole. This came when Matt Riddle beat the piss out of Killian Dane in a big beefy street fight. He won #1 contendership. Afterwards, there was a scuffle. Cole came down talking trash, got himself in an armbar, tapped out. Undisputed Era come down, clear the ring. Riddle flees. We're getting that title match on top of what we already have in Shayna Baszler versus Candice LeRae, and the Street Profits challenging for the NXT tag titles against the Undisputed Era. And on top of this, there was the announcement last night that next week's NXT, which is the first full 2-hour show on USA Network, will have limited commercials. WWE are going all in.
The Wednesday Night War is officially over.
It's just a 3-0 loss now, isn't it? There's not even extra time.
Having said all that, we obviously knew about the other couple of title matches that I'm really, really looking forward to. But Riddle versus Cole. God damn, you know how to get me, WWE.
It's Michael Hamflett said through there that basically this is Takeover Fox. It's USA, sorry. That is essentially what it is. The card is absolutely loaded. Yes, we've seen the Street Profits and Undisputed Era several times before, but it's always really good. Who cares? As long as it's a fun wrestling show. All I've ever wanted from these Wednesday Night Wars is for both shows to be really awesome, and it's shaping up to be that way. Except NXT's AEW's already cancelled. So.
Also, spoiler alert, we get into Tommaso Ciampa next week. Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE, we can hope.
You got a source for that?
Yep, me. Our first question comes from regular contributor Angela Dawn, who says,
Legend.
do you personally find Mauro Ranallo's commentary distracting?
Oh, well, you know what? This has already been quite a spicy news video already. I might as well go ahead and make myself the least popular man on the internet if I'm not already that. Yeah, no, I can't stand him. I'm not going to elaborate on that.
Not even in small doses?
No, I hate it. Like, he has the potential to be the greatest wrestling commentator of all time. For me, two problems, and I'll be constructive. Number one, there's no regulation in excitement. Everything is constant 100 miles an hour. Oh my God, it's a snapmare. It's constant adrenaline and it gets really exhausting. You have to build up. Like, that excitement means very little when you're doing it, when you're giving the same volume to like a headlock or a takedown as you are for a Canadian destroyer off the top rope. Number two, the pop culture references are so forced. The metaphors, the similes, all that. It just feels like he's sitting there, he's like a punchline rapper or a battle rapper. It just seems like he's sitting there writing these things, they pop into his head, and he just says them whether they make no sense or not. It's a shame, because he seems like the nicest, best man of all time. His work just isn't for me. If it was tailored, I think he would be incredible, and I certainly don't criticize anyone who loves his work, because the things I dislike are the things most people like. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. There is an element of that in mine that when I will listen to him, I think maybe allow yourself one or two pop culture references for the whole show and then calm that down. His excitement does sort of rub off on me. I'm an excitable person.
You're in the majority as well.
But I can understand where people are coming from, and yeah, it's one of those things. If you've watched him do commentary in MMA, it's a weird sort of dichotomy of, well, you wouldn't, you're not that excited 24/7, are you? So just balance it out a little bit.
Oddly, I actually preferred him when he was on SmackDown and being heavily produced. Usually it's the other way around. Usually you're complaining about the heavy production of the main roster announcers, but it kind of reined him in a bit, and that was more to my taste.
Andrew Actis asks, what if next week during the ladder match, KO is about to win and then the briefcase raises up?
Oh, God.
Yes.
We're going to get another one of those incomplete storylines.
He raised the briefcase.
No, no. But the thing is, it's WWE, so they totally might do that.
What if they raise the briefcase up and then again someone else pies Kevin Owens and it's like, oh my God, round two of who pied Kevin Owens?
Oh no.
Zachary Coplin gives us our final question of the day. He says, hey guys, the inevitable brand-based Survivor Series always seems forced. It does, to be fair. With top stars in Saudi Arabia on Halloween, should Raw's mid-carders and NXT stars destroy the SmackDown roster to give reason for the brand warfare? Yeah,
if you're going to go brand warfare, you have to do something pretty drastic to make it interesting, don't you? I mean, last year we had the awesome Becky Lynch angle, getting bloodied up, looking all badass. Accidental, of course, because Nyla Rose probably didn't mean to brick her in the face. She's just really crap.
Nia Jax, not Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose, oh my God, Nia Jax.
Yeah, that one.
There we go. Nyla Rose is awesome, incidentally.
Interview with her on our channel. Just putting it there.
Cheap plug.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need to do something. You need to do something.
Yeah, don't just do it there. Hang on, you're wearing red. I'm wearing blue. Let's have a fight.
Hey, we're in the Shield. We've got T-shirts that are half and half.
Oh, God. We used to be a tag team last week, but now we're on different brands. Good us, guys. I hate you.
So to clarify, that time Nia Jax punched Kylie Ray in the face to close.
Let's move on to today's, and finally, you've probably seen the AEW trucks doing the rounds. It is pretty cool. If I had my face on a truck, it'd be pretty awesome.
Some of them have been fun.
But unfortunately, some people are a little bit pissed off about maybe not being featured as prominently as they have been. And Trent Barretta shared this wonderful Photoshop of the back of a truck that he wrote, here's my passive-aggressive truck Photoshop. And it might be the best thing, and I think they need to do that on their actual trucks, to be perfectly honest. That gets a thumbs up from me and Andy Murray.
The thing I like most about this picture is that obviously Orange Cassidy, you can't really see him here, is like stoic in the middle getting hugged. Look at the look on Barretta and Taylor's faces. They absolutely look terrified. It's great. I love it.
Make that happen, AEW.
Best.
Maybe I'll declare that the Wednesday Night War is still going.
I mean, it's more of a border scuffle at this stage, isn't it?
Right, let us know your thoughts
Biased.
on that and all of today's news stories in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to What Culture Wrestling for daily wrestling podcasts too. You can get the news whilst you're out and about. Plus, you can send us Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. Whilst you're there, follow both of us. You can follow him at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Hamlet is always wrong. He's not, but you know.
There's a new Wednesday War developing apparently. You can follow me at Adam Wilborn. You can follow us all at WhatCulture WWE, as I said. Right, man, thanks, Andy Murray. Let us know your thoughts on everything. There's so much to discuss in the comments today. Thanks, Andy. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.